One thing Christians in America are going to be praying for our brothers and sisters in the Lord in the United Kingdom with this new same-sex marriage law. Perhaps we've been able to sidestep persecution in the past and prevent the spotlight of our moral tenets from being so glaringly in opposition to the culture, but no longer can we sidestep that opposition and indeed that persecution. So I'm certain that there'll be many pastors who will be put under scrutiny and who will be tested harshly under this law. And it is my prayer that, that Christian leaders in the United Kingdom stand firm, be steadfast, stand strong, and promote, of course, religious liberty and the sanctity of life, but also the sanctity of marriage as God defines it between a man and a woman. Now's the time to promote God's heart in these matters. Yes, it may mean opposition and persecution, but this is an opportunity to help the gospel light shine even brighter.
I watch with real concern about the UK. Here's a woman who wants to wear a cross at work, and they say you can't wear a cross at work. So there's a tendency in the UK, perhaps further along than in the US, to stamp out any expression of Christian faith. But when you talk about same-sex marriage, you're really saying there are no rules for marriage. Anyone can marry anyone. So what will happen is, how do you deny then the legality of one man marrying 5 women, or one woman marrying 3 men, or one man marrying 2 12-year-old girls?
I think it's just going to add to the already demoralizing spirit that is prevailing not only in the UK but throughout the world. So we see a lack of Christian values already, particularly in industrialized nations. Obviously this just adds to that. Unfortunately, it doesn't help Christians in spreading the gospel and things along those lines. I think it might make it harder. At the same time, though, definitely gives us more of a drive to share the gospel and to promote truth and right.
And I would say what's happening in the UK is being very similar to what we're experiencing here, perhaps a little more post-Christian in their perspective, but the same issues apply there. Do we believe in marriage and its covenant? Do we believe it's holy matrimony, something that was given to us by God? Or do we believe that we can define it the way we see fit, based upon our own perceptions?
I was really saddened when Britain passed same-sex marriage, and I was saddened for a ton of reasons. One, that it was done under the rubric of a conservative prime minister who is selling same-sex marriage on a conservative basis, which I just don't think is accurate. I was also saddened because Britain, as you said, has historically been kind of a bastion of Reformed Protestantism, has a strong history, and you can trace a lot of Baptist roots to Britain, to England. And so to see a historic locale like the UK bring something into their jurisdiction that the scriptures prohibit and look down upon is it's very sad and very tragic.
So I think the challenge for the church at the UK is going to be, how do we speak the truth in love? The more entrenched this gets, the more it becomes normalized, the more we're coerced into having a kind of acceptance. I think that's going to become more problematic for believers in the UK.